Dave and Hildy bought a new motorhome just 2 months ago, but it's been in the shop almost the entire time.
We don't know what else is going to fail.
Welcome to the channel. I'm Liz. I'm a full-time RVer. I've been on the road almost 5 years, and I want to thank you for helping me reach 100,000 subscribers. Now, as you know, I have been doing a series about the good and bad of the RV industry. I want to let you know I have scheduled on the books videos about good dealerships and happy buyers, but that is not what today's video is about. In today's video, I interview the dealer to hear what they have to say about this situation.
I retired about 5 years ago. I spontaneously saw a Coachman Galleria that I fell in love with, and we loved it for 5 years. There were a few miscellaneous issues, but nothing that compares to what we're currently going through with this one.
It's a 2024 Winnebago View 24V.
It was a very spontaneous purchase as well, which probably doesn't work in my favor at this point. We like the layout of the Winnebago View, and we like the double bed in the back. We felt like we needed the space because we travel with our 5 dogs. I have a niece that has literally been waiting for me in Colorado. In desperation, I think she's given up on me right now. I missed the kids' birthdays. I missed everything. We went to get it on September 7th.
I'm the general sales manager here for Crowley RV. Crowley RV's been in business for over 50 years. Our main, category that we sell is Class Bs. We are the largest Class B dealer in New England.
We were so pleased with ourselves. We felt like we did a great thing. It was going to be so much easier to camp and stay places. And we figured, this will allow us to be on the road even longer. We drove out of there with the camper, happy as could be.
This was 5 days after we brought it home. It had been raining for the last 2 nights. When I got into the van, the headliner was leaking water. We called the dealer and said it's coming back.
I had every confidence that it would be fixed. We drove it back. It was a bummer that it happened, so quickly, but we said, it's better that it happens now. When we hit the road, we don't want to deal with anything on the road.
The service tech looked at the situation. We thought that they resolved this issue because apparently they've had it numerous times in the past. So you would think that the engineering was up to speed and it was eliminated, but obviously not.
He kind of gave us, he said, oh, don't worry. He said, we know exactly what it is. We know what it is. I can wait. We'll get there when we get there. Took a week and a half for them to fix it. They made a few repairs by resealing specific areas. We started to drive the vehicle home. We decided to stop at my friend's house. We pulled it into her driveway. We left the vehicle on. She came in, she checked it out, and we backed the camper van out, and boom, we were not moving.
The emergency brake kicked in.
We're blocking traffic. I mean, my friend was looking out of her door. She was worried something was going to happen. My hysteria kicked in because, you get caught like on the spot. So I'm sitting there throwing my hands up and trying to just calm, adjust. Let me try to figure out who to call, what to do. We started with Crowley. So the initial response we got, this is a Mercedes problem. It's the chassis. Fortunately, I bought a car at the Mercedes dealer in Hartford. The service director there arranged for a tow truck, which in and of itself was an ordeal because initially they didn't realize how big the camper was. And we had to, once they figured that they would not be able to transport it in the normal way, the first question was, can you wait till tomorrow? We said, no, we can't wait. We're in the middle of the road. Approximately 4.5 hours later, they came to get us. They dropped it off at Mercedes. 5 days later, we got a call. You have to have heard what the Mercedes sales director said. He said, Hildy, there's water coming in it everywhere. I said, what do you mean? He said, it's a lemon. He said, Hildy, you got to have them pick it up, no less on a flatbed.
Well, Hildy has been on fire about this, and she has been sending emails to just about everybody in Winnebago corporate. Well, she got a response back just yesterday from someone pretty high up. He's the director of customer support for Winnebago. His name is Dean Cassad, and he said something pretty interesting that I'd never heard before. He said, at some point, almost all RVs can experience minor leaks, so they are intentionally designed to withstand the effects of water intrusion without damage. Of course, Dave and Hildy's is not a minor leak, but I'm surprised to hear that any water is okay. I'd love to hear what you think about that.
Honestly, until this happened to me, I had no idea about lemon law. I had no idea about the reality of who's responsible when something breaks down. Once you own these things, you're not really dealing with the dealer. You're really dealing with Winnebago and their warranty issues, which was newsflash, was new to me. Crowley picked it up on October 2nd, and it's literally been back with Crowley ever since. Winnebago authorized resealing the entire vehicle. And then, because the weather has been so terrible, it rained, which is great. And I guess on Friday, they said they're going to test their workout. Monday, their response to me was they're still chasing water.
We do try to go above and beyond to service these particular units because they're not easy to work on, as a lot of people know.
The regional service manager decided it's probably the drains on the side windows of the cab over. They adjusted or replaced them, whatever they did.
They said that this was fixed. Happy to report, we don't think you're going to have any problems after this. We, on Monday, got a phone call that, we're pretty much back to square one, although they claim there wasn't as much water as there initially was. But keep in mind, we're looking at the vehicle with buckets in it, to catch the water. It was my impression that they had already sealed the entire vehicle. Lo and behold, they found something else that they could seal.
Winnebago and us have been 100% going through and trying to do whatever it takes to get this thing done. Nobody has said no whatsoever in getting it rectified and getting it fixed. And ultimately, that's the goal. Let's get it fixed. Let's get it taken care of properly.
We're waiting. Hell, it's raining out again. We're just thrilled it's raining out because they were initially trying to test it with a hose. Apparently, the hose does not simulate rain.
Have we gone through a couple hiccups? Sure. But we've been making sure that there is nothing that is being missed.
The issue of quality control and sending someone home after you spend a fortune, at least to me, it's a fortune. I mean, I don't know. It was $158,000. To me, that's expensive. The people at Crowley, the service department, very nice guys. I firmly believe that they're doing everything they possibly can. But, in some way, shape, or form, their hands are held tight by Winnebago, who's calling the shots. What if the water damage causes something to malfunction and it's not caught? I want them to give us a vehicle that I'm going to feel safe in. And I want them to do overtime and make sure that thing is safe.
And those are all things that we are diligently working towards for her. We're jumping through hoops to make sure we're communicating 100% with her every single day so that there is nothing that is missed at all, because we do appreciate what she says. It's not like it's chump change. It's a lot of money. Some of the electronics that she's talking about, that's been approved. We can get all that rectified and remedied so that there is no issues or questions.
The one thing that I loved about buying a Winnebago is, there was so much support, the Go Life program, all of these different things where you can engage with other owners. And it just seemed like, there was a customer care line, there was a concierge line. And it just, we've had situations even with the coachman where we couldn't figure out how to do something, and we needed to call someone. And we just figured with a Winnebago, there's such a huge network of people available. And in fact, the Winnebago View Navion groups and the Winnebago groups on Facebook, they've been just lifesavers for us.
Very supportive.
On Monday, I'm going to make my usual phone call and say, well, was there water in there? If the answer is no, the vehicle then has to go to Mercedes. In addition to the problems with the e-brake, we also experienced an issue with levelers. Before you drive your vehicle, there is a system that alerts you that, your levelers are down, if in fact you were going to get up and drive the thing. Well, that alarm is going off.
For no reason.
Water dripping all over the whole console. That thing got soaking wet. We don't know what else is going to fail. What's also concerning us is we haven't had a chance to drive it. We haven't had it. We bought it over the summer. We haven't had it in our possession for an entire week. Not even 5 days. 60 days almost, November 13th. That's like 2/3 of the way to a lemon law complaint, which, like I said, I'm not looking to do anything other than drive this thing leave. My niece is still waiting for me, and we just want to get out of here.
Right now, we got to find out that leak, and I'm hoping that this go around will find that particular leak, or we're willing to go to bat and say, okay, Winnebago, and maybe it's your turn to take over and figure this thing out for us if we can't do it.
Either they fix it and make it like new, or they buy it back. If a reasonable offer was made, I would consider it.
And this thing came off the assembly line July 21st of this year. So it's about as new as you can get. So I don't know that we're going to trust another new one coming off the assembly line.
It's the problem with these campers is you never, you're going to have issues, the magnitude of which, varies. But truth be said, we just want something that we can drive and enjoy.
We're not stopping to, at all. We're going to continue to see this through and try to get it rectified and fixed one way or another.
I will be doing a follow-up on this and other past videos. In fact, if you watched last week's video with Jim and his 4 wins, I do have a quick update. As you know, he planned his camping trip to Galveston, Texas a year in advance. He just emailed me yesterday that he had to cancel the trip. The water intrusion in his camper was so bad that it got into the electrical system and messed up the jacks. I will definitely do a full update once he gets his whole situation resolved. If you found this video valuable, please like, subscribe, and share, and let me know if you've had any experience with water leaks inside your RV. As always, these are exciting times to push past fear, build confidence, and live amazing.